A stunning new report from ABC News raising very serious concerns about Donald Trump's handling of highly sensitive U.S. national security information. According to ABC, the former president allegedly shared data about the nation's nuclear submarine fleet with a foreign member of his Mar-a-Lago club back in April of 2021. That member, an Australian billionaire, then allegedly discussed the information, very classified information, with more than a dozen other people, including foreign officials and journalists. Special counsel Jack Smith's investigators were reportedly made aware of the alleged conversation, but as of now, it has not been included in the indictment against Trump. We are not aware of any response from Trump or the Mar-a-Lago club member to ABC News. Let's bring in our legal and national security analyst for analysis. And Sean Turner, let me start with you. This is potentially a very significant development, isn't it?
It is, Wolf. You know, from the very first time that we knew that the former president had documents at Mar-a-Lago, for national security and intelligence officials, there were two key questions. The first is, what did the former president intend to do with the information? And the second is, who in the president's orbit would have access to that information? And the worst case scenario for that situation was that there would be a foreign national who had access to that information. And that worst case scenario has been realized if this reporting is accurate. It's important to point out too, Wolf, that this is not just any intelligence. This is what we call actionable intelligence. In other words, it's information that allows our foreign adversaries to react to our military capability. So if this is accurate, this is extremely concerning from an intelligence perspective.
Very concerning indeed. Olivia Troy, as Sean says, it was always a question about what Trump was doing with these highly classified documents that he stored over there at Mar-a-Lago. This potentially sheds some serious light on that, right?
Yes, and it takes it to a whole new level of understanding of the negligence of his behavior with such sacred information that look, people put their lives at risk for, right? I mean, I have to tell you, Wolf, I am sick to my stomach just reading and learning this news exactly of what they believe it was that he shared, because look, it's the silent service, the submariners who spend months at sea. And I think about just what a betrayal to have a former president of the United States sharing this information that could be easily given to foreign adversaries who are eagerly seeking this type of information that could put all of our national security at risk. It is beyond disgraceful. This is awful.
Yeah, if you or Sean or anyone else with top secret security clearances were to share this kind of highly classified information, we know what would happen to you guys. Norm, let me get some legal analysis from you. It's unclear if the information Trump shared was actually accurate. From a legal standpoint, is that significant?
Wolf, if it was based in the documents that the former president held at Mar-a-Lago, whether accurate or not, it still goes to his culpability. The reason we have these rules, and he's not charged with disseminating the information, a different crime. He's charged with unlawfully possessing it. But the reason we have these rules is precisely because of the risk that it will get into the wrong hands. It also sheds light on his intent. In any criminal case, you have to prove state of mind. And so it's relevant on that ground. But we do have to caution, of course, it's a media report now. It does not appear to be in the case, certainly is not in the existing charges. We'll see if it enters the case, but very damaging, even if it turns out not to have been strictly accurate.
Paula, how could this report potentially impact the special counsel Jack Smith's investigation into Trump's alleged mishandling of highly classified documents down at Mar-a-Lago?
Well, I'm not sure it does, Wolf. According to this report, this is something that the special counsel was aware of, something that they have asked repeatedly about, but ultimately opted not to include in the indictment, instead focusing on other incidents, including that reporting about how there is a recording of Trump at one of his properties, allegedly sharing classified information with people who did not have the proper clearances. They also charged another incident where he talked to someone in his inner circle, allegedly, about classified information. So for some reason, reason, the special counsel decided that this is an anecdote that they may not be able to prove beyond a reasonable doubt. So while this story is certainly concerning, the special counsel did not think that it warranted being included in the indictment, and I think I would be surprised if they were to issue a superseding indictment as that could alter the timeline of their case and push it back even further, something that they have been fighting not to have happen.
Very interesting. Sean, let me get your reaction to a key part of this ABC News report about the information Trump allegedly shared with this Australian. And I'll read it right now. Trump shared, and I'm quoting now, the supposed exact number of nuclear warheads they routinely carry and exactly how close they supposedly can get to a Russian submarine without being detected. How damaging could this sort of revelation be to U.S. national security?
Yeah, Wolf, I don't think we can underestimate how or understate how concerning that is. When we're talking about a specific number of nuclear warheads, when we're talking about our standoff distance, what that gives our adversaries is the ability to take a look at their own military capabilities and to react to that information as they develop their own military strength. And so we can rest assured that our adversaries, that folks like China and others, they're looking at this information and they're assessing what it actually means with regard to their own military buildup. It's also important to point out that with regard to the specific information that's alleged to be given out here, that's just a piece of the pie. We know that there were thousands of documents at Mar-a-Lago. And I will tell you, Wolf, that while I have a top secret security clearance, I would not have had access to this type of information because it's so unbelievably sensitive. So again, this is the kind of thing that has national security intelligence officials really concerned right now.
Yes.